The door. Thank you. How's everybody doing today? This is Mr. McAllister.
All right.
All right, the semester's coming to a close.
Hallelujah.
Now, who do we have here today presenting?
My name is Wanda Holmes. Welcome, everyone. So I will begin my presentation. Although verbal communication is the most obvious way of expressing ourselves, it is not the only way of expressing ourselves. It is not the only way and has been proven to be the least effective. Body language, gestures, and our image are a far more stronger form of communication, and therefore the way in which we dress plays a very important role in expressing ourselves to others. Our clothes signify our social identity and help us to understand the roles of others, the groups they belong to, their status within the group, and society as a whole. People communicate through clothes. Before any words are exchanged, a person is immediately judged by their appearance. Does everyone agree?
Yes, first impressions are lasting.
The old saying,
She got it.
never judge a book by its cover.
All right now.
Easier said than done. It is human nature to judge people by their image, and we do it without realizing it. The fact of the matter is that clothing plays a key role in our lives and sometimes tell the story of who we really are. The police officer, the firefighter communicates authority. The man or the woman in the hospital wearing a white coat and a stethoscope says that they are a physician. The school that requires students to wear uniform with choice colors and may have a crest with the name of the school, another nonverbal communication through clothing. What about that flamboyant dresser? Do you say he or she is outgoing, or the person that is always wearing those loose-fitted clothing? Are they trying to hide their body? The person that is always wearing black, are they introverted or are they always in mourning? The nonverbal message that clothing communicates, and sometimes this is not who we really are, which now take me to telling my story, the journey in the fashion world. 20 plus years in the fashion business, I have certainly experienced firsthand how clothes communicate to others who we are. I was raised in a Christian home, a mother that had us in church 5 days a week, a Pentecostal church, which we all know has a lot of strict rules. Ladies did not wear pants. The skirt hem had to be below the knee. No sleeveless tops or dresses, no low-cut blouses, always wearing hosiery, even in the summertime. Young, right out of high school, I decided I wanted to work. So I landed a job at Saks Fifth Avenue, working in a department that accommodated costume designers and stylists. Just to give you a briefing on what a costume designer does, costume designers are in charge of wardrobe for major production, theater, and at that time we had soap operas. Stylists styled photo shoots, music artists, and also provided clothing for private clients. However, here I am in a sea with all these talented and well-dressed people who is always inspecting the clothing of everyone they came in contact with. So many times I was not taken seriously and ignored because of the way I dressed. I was still dressing like that Christian girl that I was. I often wondered how long I would last in this world and if this world was for me. Besides, there was not many people of color passing through the office. In the late 80s and 90s, there were a handful of people of color in the business, a business that was dominated by white people. So therefore, I had no hunger or drive to grow in the business. It was not until I began to see people of color, young people like myself, then and only then I began to aspire to do more and grow in the craft. I remember Eric Archibald. He was working with a group of other stylists under the direction of June Ambrose. Pulled me aside one day and just ripped me apart. But he did it in love, and he ripped me apart, ripped my clothing apart. He just simply told me that these white people will never take you seriously. He said that I am communicating to them my lack of respect for the fashion business. From that day, I began to make minor changes in my attire. However, it still took time for me to gain the respect and trust from the clients. With time, I began to go, my apology, gain trust and respect from the clients. So this takes me to my slideshow. Compromising and altering who they were, holding true to their individual identities, something that I always admired with these young stylists. The role of a fashion stylist whose unique position in today's culture is setting trends through their work, which has been adapted by the masses, has evolved over time from behind the scene to being stars in their own right with recognized names. They communicate to the world through their celebrity muses. A-list celebs dressed by black fashion stylists have been slaying the fashion game. The spotlight is on these fashion stylists. You should know that they are hot in the game. Oh. First, I will talk about June Ambrose. Does anybody know June Ambrose?
Yes.
Yes. June Ambrose changed many images of young black artists. Her big break when she styled the rising star hip-hop, Missy Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, Missy Elliott was doing a video, a hit video, The Rain. So what June did was change Missy Elliott's image. Missy Elliott was coming into the most provocative time for women in hip hop, where it was all about sex and rock and roll. And she had to design a look for her that was sustainable and provocative in her way. The outfit broke down barriers to a whole new demographic, elevating hip hop culture. Since then, she has styled everyone who is anyone in the music and film world, also known for taking P. Diddy and Jay-Z out of the street clothes to a suit and tie. Eric Archibald, this is the one that ripped me apart. Eric Archibald that has made such a difference in the life of Jennifer Hudson. Eric quotes, "I love getting dressed up to go out, and I think clothing speaks as a language, communication." Atiba Newsom got his start styling artists on Bad Boy Records. He interned for June Ambrose to better understand the business. Celebrities such as Brandy, Mary J. Blige, Sean Combs, and the official stylist for Bad Boy Reunion Tour. Worry Vice expressed an OG style. When it comes to fashion, helping Alicia Keys evolve to a more sophisticated and classic style. Also styled Kerry Washington, Viola Davis, to name a few, and offers fashion advice on BET and Essence magazine. Jason Renberg, known for pushing boundaries in fashion. Nicki Minaj, Taraji, and he also did a famous video, Pillow Talk. Does anybody know Pillow Talk?
Bazane?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Rachel Johnson states, "I draw inspirations from men like Sammy Davis Jr. and Marvin Gaye. They were men who, no matter what was going on inside, their personal beings were viewed for their raw confidence and poise on the outside. DeAndre Tristan, this is Robin Roberts' stylist, states, good fashion inspires confidence. DeAndre also styles Tamar Braxton and Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. Yes. So one of the things that I admire about DeAndre is that DeAndre was very persistent. And I must state that all of these stylists that I'm showing you, I had the pleasure of working with and also inspired me to grow and to pursue myself as a stylist. And also I did costume designer work as well. But I was just so inspired by seeing their drive as young black people. So DeAndre here, what he did was, DeAndre used to commute back and forth from Washington D.C. to New York. And he would sleep on the floor inside the studio until one day Robin noticed him. And now he has taken off, and Robin Roberts' personal stylist. Last but not least, this is Timothy Snell. Timothy Snell is Queen Latifah, stylist, Angela Bassett, and our beloved Whitney Houston. He currently hosts a show called Curvy Style. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my presentation. I pay homage to these people. There are so many more black stylists that is doing wonderful things, but I chose these people because I work hand in hand with them and help make a difference in their life, and also they made a difference in my life. That's my presentation. Thank you so much.
So how that was good. How about your experience with Robin Roberts? Isn't that part of the LAP experience? Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you didn't speak about it. You were speaking more about.
No, I was speaking about them. My experience with Robin Roberts. Robin, I've worked with Robin for, even before I went to Good Morning America, I worked with Robin, styling, helping DeAndre style wardrobe for her.
Okay.
And I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue, and how I help these people is because as a stylist, you need someone to rely on as far as getting merchandise. You can't just go into a store and hand them a credit card and buy all these clothes. Because a store after a while will red flag you because all these clothes are coming back. You're not going to keep all these clothes for these people. So what my service provided was a memo system. So what we did, we allowed them to take the clothes out of the store, on a memo system, to now go to their client and have their fittings to see what worked and what didn't work. So I was that go-to person. I kind of went to bat for these people. Of course, being black and young, nobody wanted to trust you taking out $50,000 worth of clothes. So I had to go and bat for these people and tell them, listen, I trust them, I have a credit card, the clothes are safe, and this is how it all got started.
So for a particular show with Robin Roberts, is dress, like you said, first impressions are lasting, but is it a nonverbal thing with a visual image of?
Yes, it is a nonverbal thing without yes.
That's the.
Yes, because if you look at Robin from where she has come from, now I have to tell you that I never watched Channel 7 News. It's not until her image has changed that I now tune in to see, okay, let's see how that looks on camera. Let's see if that works, what does not work. So, yes.
Does she ever repeat an outfit?
Yes, she does.
Okay, I thought she was going to say no, right?
I have even seen it.
Right. Especially your best one, right? I repeat outfits.
You know, because people be so self-conscious about, I wore this on camera already, so they don't need to see it.
Right.
No,
That's my point.
I bought it. This is why I can wear whatever I want. If I wanted to wear it
Yes,
5
she
times a
does.
week, that's what I'm
Okay,
gonna do.
all right, all right,
I
all
have, I
right.
have even seen her worn Diane Sawyer's clothes.
Well, that's it.
What do you mean by that?
In the very beginning, there was Diane Sawyer and Robin Roberts.
Yeah.
Diane Sawyer was the chief anchor for Channel 7.
Right.
So
They were good friends.
they were good
Wow.
friends. And it even states that Robin would go into Diane's closet. And yeah.
So you
And there
feel-
are a lot of news casters that wear each other's clothes.
Got
There's
it.
a closet set up.
This is what I was about to
There is a
ask.
closet.
amazing.
There is a closet, and you go in that closet and
Yes,
you just choose
yes.
clothes for some of them. But there are people like Robin that has her own stylist that can afford to pay someone.
So she
Good
most,
Morning
yeah.
America does not pay DeAndre. Robin pays DeAndre.
Is that right? Is that right?
He's not
And he
employed.
pays
By
you.
Channel 7.
He's not
exactly.
employed by
He's
Channel
employed by
7.
her.
He's employed by Robin Roberts.
Wow.
Yes.
And your employer,
I'm employed by Good Morning America.
right, right,
Actually, I'm employed by a wardrobe union,
right, right.
which I now work for Good Morning America. So being part of a wardrobe union, I can go anywhere and work for a wardrobe department.
Okay.
Yeah, how about if somebody offered you a job with an independent film? Can you do that on your own as well, independently?
I have to say that I would be a little nervous,
Wow.
but I will do it.
Right.
I will do it. Just like with this, I was a scared church girl, afraid. But I was like, I have to get a job. And I landed this job not doing this. I landed that job doing stock.
Yeah.
I started from humble beginnings. I'm not ashamed to say. I started doing stock and grew in the business, as you would see in my LAP. When the person that founded this business, when she retired, she looked at me and she said, Wanda, this could be yours.
Nice.
I'm working with 3 other people,
Beautiful.
and I have a gay white guy. That's one of the employees.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, behind my back, they were about to give it to the gay white.
Ooh.
I said, oh no, you're not. So what I did, she was out the door, she was gone. So there I was, left on my own to fight for this. So what I did is I kind of wrote my speech, my presentation, put on my best clothes, dressed the part, made an appointment to see the CEO of the company, and I went marching upstairs and I presented my speech and presented, what I had to say. And they looked at each other, and let me tell you, it was 2 gay white guys that were CEOs of the company.
So you had to have exceptional communication skills.
Exactly.
So it
I had
goes back to
have
this class.
Communication skills, absolutely.
That's amazing.
That was before I did discuss.
Come on now.
Communication, yeah.
Come on
So
now.
I had to go up there and I'm like, okay, I have to practice.
That was survival.
And can I say something that being in church, being in that Pentecostal church, and having to get up there sometimes and you lead worship testimony
Yes.
service and you get up there and maybe you're the mistress of ceremony for the evening, all of that helped.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, okay, last but not least,
Mhm.
what's a typical day like for you?
At
Good Morning America.
I had a little footage, but it was not good.
Okay.
So my day starts at 3 o'clock in the morning. I get up at 3 a.m.
Yes.
and I catch the 4 o'clock train, the A train.
Wow.
Park at Broadway Junction. Reaches Good Morning America at 4:45.
Damn.
So my day starts where I go and I check on George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah.
He's the first one I check on. So go check on George because DeAndre's there for
5 days a week.
5 days a week. So check on him, get his clothes, make sure his clothes is camera ready. The whole thing is just making sure that these clothes are camera ready. And when I say camera ready, sometimes you can't wear certain patterns.
Of
because
course.
they strobe on the camera.
That's right.
Certain ties because they strobe on the camera.
That's right.
Making sure that the clothes are steamed and they're pressed.
Wow.
Now we have Michael Strahan, which Michael Strahan does have someone to come in.
That's a football player, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, he has someone that actually comes, Professor can't show all of this. He actually has someone that comes in and has all of his wardrobe set daily, day 1, day 2, day 3. So you go and get Michael's clothes, you put Michael's clothes inside of his room. Robin, you make sure that Robin's okay. She has her clothes. Sometimes there are clothes that just not appropriate for the day.
That's amazing.
Or DeAndre may come in and consult. What do you think? You know, what shoes should we put with this? What
Damn.
jewelry should we put with this?
You didn't let that shooting at your feet, though, right?
So all of this have to be done by 7 a.m. and sometimes
Yeah.
6:45 because they have to go and do a live stream. So 6:45.
So when does your day end with
My
them?
day ends at Good Morning America. The show shuts
To get here, right?
Yes. Show shuts down at 9 a.m. So the day ends really 11 a.m.
Oh my God.
But because I have to be here,
She's got a rough,
I
man.
leave the show maybe 10. I'll sneak out the back door
She's got a rough.
around 10 a.m. And
You got to give it up to
that's my
her.
day. So thank you,
But wait,
everyone.
wait.
Yeah.
He said one. What is the, what skill did you bring to Good Morning America as regards to television?
I had no skill.
Yeah.
Well, my wardrobe skills.
Right.
My wardrobe
So
skills.
you
were
know
working-
about the camera and the different parts?
Yes,
Yeah.
because also I not only work with these black stylists, but for many years I shadowed that woman that started that business,
Oh, okay.
which worked with costume designers on major movies. So we did I had experience working on major movies, theater.
That's what I was asking you before, yeah.
Yes, theater, commercials.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you.
Yes, so I had that experience
Yes.
of working with this woman, costume designers that had to, you had to tell a story. A story has to be told. You had communication.
Enough told.
The clothes.
Enough said. Enough said. Just register
Thank you
for.
so much, everyone.
Yeah, enough said.